guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg, and guess what? I have one heck of a SUV here. This is an all-new 2022 Range Rover Sport SVR Bespoke Edition. But before we get into this sun-kissed orange performance luxury SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Range Rover. It's that premium brand from Land Rover, been around for so many decades, and you know what? When I think of Range Rover, I think of 007 and James Bond, and I think that James Bond would definitely approve of this SUV. Now, the Range Rover Sport SVR is their highest level of performance SUV that Range Rover brings to market. So this vehicle is definitely going to go up against others like the BMW X7 M50i. You got a ton of Audis, Mercedes AMG products, and of course the American branded SUVs. Now for 2022, they decided to bring this special edition to really kind of accent the exterior and interior features of the Range Rover Sport. Now when you hear SVR, you know that you're going to get supercharged power, and remember, it all comes from that special organization within Range Rover known as SVO, the Special Vehicle Operations. Now, with this particular vehicle, you got your color choices. We have a special SVO color, this bright metallic orange. But what I want to find out is, when you look at the whole package, is this the king of luxury performance SUVs, or should you be going for one of those other brands to do the business? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our 2022, say it with me, Range Rover Sport SVR Bespoke Edition, and find out. Right off the bat, the special color. They really nailed it with this metallic, I'm calling it sun-kissed orange, because in the Florida sun, it sparkles like a diamond orange. Now at the front of the business, you are gonna get that unique headlight design that's special with Range Rover, LED turn signals, daytime running lamps, and headlights. Everything on the interior is blacked out. Working our way down, guess what? Say the F word with me. No, not that F word. We'll save that one for another day. Functional. We have functional, massive corner air intake. So this is gonna help flow tons of air to those heat exchangers. Gloss black around the perimeter, gloss black on that traditional Range Rover design, and fully functional on the lower portion. There's a splattering of gloss black, but guess what? As we come across that iconic grille with the Range Rover name badged onto the hood, you got your Land Rover, because remember, this is a Land Rover Range Rover, so of course we're gonna have that British racing green color around that Land Rover badge. Full functionality up top. Working our way down, there it is, SVR from the Special Vehicle Operations. More functionality with the gloss black. Look at how cleanly they dropped in a forward-facing camera. And then, of course, you're gonna have open air down on the bottom portion, and also those brake cooling ducts on both sides. Now, the one thing I'm a little unsure of, there's a bit of gloss black in this lower area. I wish maybe some carbon fiber would have found its way here, but remember, just like other Range Rovers, this has air suspension. You could raise and lower your Sport SVR, and you could go up through about 2 feet of water in this thing. Quite phenomenal how rugged they are, but yet also when you go with the Sport SVR, you're also gonna get that performance. Now, when you hop up on the hood, one of the sexiest hoods in the SUV performance segment, look at the beautiful way that the hood is shaped around the heat extractors, functional on both sides. You got the double dip. It's okay to double dip with this hood, perfectly fine. Don't do that at your party when you're double dipping. People don't want to see that, that's gross. The one thing I am gonna zonk are the Range Rover letters. I wish that they would sink these into the actual hood themselves to kind of just make it a little bit more aerodynamic friendly and a little bit cleaner. But other than that, I would love to polish this hood all day long because it looks that damn good. Plus, it's functional for that supercharged power, produces a lot of heat. We could drag that heat out through the heat extractors. Now, when we come around the bend, we have this SVR in the lowest setting to really show off that sporty style to it. You're gonna get these unique, when you go Bespoke Edition, you're gonna get these unique gloss black painted wheels, 22-inch wheel. Nice Y-spoke design all the way around, and then check it out. Look at the size of that caliper. That's a 6-piston Brembo caliper. It's got the Land Rover badging on it, the Brembo badging. You're of course going to get fully ventilated rotors, all 4 corners, air ride suspension, and the dampers, all 4 corners are adaptive. So you could actually change the stiffness of the shock absorbers all the way around the vehicle. I love the nice flared fender. If you notice, you get a flared fender style to help keep these massive wheels and tires in there, nicely tucked in. You can see how they added that, and it's all color matched to that sun-kissed orange. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this? 285 on the width and a 40 series sidewall all the way around, looking really good. Now, as we come down the side, you are gonna get this decorative vent. So we are gonna zonk that. It would be nice to have some functionality there, but the gloss black matches well with what's going on at the front end of the business. And I love the body lines as they flow into the door. It actually starts up here, flows into the door. On the low end of the deal, you do have that side sill extension, all for aerodynamic efficiency. We're gonna have gloss painted mirror caps, and when you go Bespoke Edition, you're automatically gonna get that 2-tone roof setup. So orange with the black. Are you thinking Halloween? I'm thinking orange sexiness. It really fits this vehicle and makes it pop. I wanna show you a couple special touches. I'm gonna open up the doors because on the Bespoke Edition, you are gonna get this special badging that only you'll be able to see as you get in and out of your special Range Rover Sport SVR. Of course, that's on both sides on the frame. And then another thing I want to showcase is with this vehicle, you do have those soft closing doors. So we close it, and then the door actually squeezes down nice and tight, super slick, nice flat roof. You got a color matched shark fin antenna. Look at this spoiler coming off the back. Really nice extension to give you that downforce. And then out back, when we look at the wheels and tires out back, you're of course gonna get 22-inch wheels, all 4 corners, and you're getting a little bit wider rear tire at the back to get that balance. All-wheel drive, gonna keep you planted. And then as we swing it around, that flared fender, 2-tone roof design, look, they know how to do it at Range Rover. First of all, they got one of the sexiest roof spoilers I've ever seen. And then look, no wiper. It's tucked in all the way up there. Gonna swing down and clean as 007 is being chased by the bad guys. Range Rover badge, your SVR badge. Don't mess with this SUV if you see that badge, because it's gonna blow the doors right off of your car. And then dropping it like it's hot. Love the quad tip style exhaust, functional on both sides. And yes, you could even tow with this vehicle. You could be the first one down at the boat ramp every single time that you tow your boat with this Range Rover. But why don't we pop the hood? We're talking about supercharged V8. Let's check out the goodness underneath that sexy hood of our Bespoke Edition SVR. All right, guys, we got the hood pop. Let me show you something. Look at this full carbon fiber hood. So when you go Bespoke Edition, when you go the Sport SVR route, you're getting a full carbon fiber hood to lessen the weight of this beast. There are your functional heat extractors, but as we drop down, before we talk about engine cover, I want to show you here on the frame what you're getting. So these wires here are for those adaptive dampers, all 4 corners. You got your air ride suspension, and you'll notice the bracing that they do as they tie in the shock top mount to the firewall to stiffen things up. But underneath the carbon fiber hood, we have a semi-tasteful engine cover. Not my favorite. I wish that this was made out of carbon fiber, but here's the good news. Supercharged SVR. So what are we talking about? We're talking about a 5-liter supercharged V8. This one has 575 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission with that all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in about 4.2 seconds. Top speed almost 180 miles an hour. Here's the great news. You could tow up to 7,716 pounds with this beast. MPGs, plug your ears. You're not gonna like it if you're hoping for hypermiling this thing. 15 in the city, 20 on the highway. I think they have a Prius here, maybe 2 of them I could show you if you want better MPGs. The vehicle weighs 6,613 pounds, but like I said, having that supercharged V8, the days are numbered. Is it time to hop down and get one of these? Because Land Rover and Range Rover are moving to electrification. But while we go ahead, we got supercharged power. Let's fire her up and hear what she sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Range Rover SVR. That's Sport SVR Bespoke Edition. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at other performance luxury SUVs. I, too, have dreamt of being James Bond ever since I was a kid. How much is this Range Rover? Because I'm really, really digging it. Well, let me tell you the price, and you could figure out whether the juice is worth the squeeze on this one. So this one with the Bespoke Edition, the SVO color, all the options, MSRP right around $151,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, you're gonna notice nice fine leather, great stitching. You'll see up top that speaker grille cover that says Meridian. We have the Meridian signature surround sound system with 1,700 watts of power. Leather on the armrest. I love the way they did the aluminum finish on the door handle. Then there's gonna be a bit of gloss black. The good news is you really shouldn't be touching that too much. Bottom pocket for the door though is amazing. You can easily fit 8 British scones and a box of British tea for your drinking enjoyment while you're cruising down the freeways in this Sport SVR. Going from the door panel to the dash, more leather. There's that SVR badge. You let people know that you did it big. You went James Bond style, shaken, not stirred in this supercharged SUV. Soft touch everywhere. You got your AC vents up top, your Meridian sound system center speaker. We got the start stop button, and then you're gonna find your screen. So to start us off, we have this 10-inch infotainment system screen, obviously with navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's the In Control Touch Pro Duo. Let me show you some of the features. So you could actually tilt the screen any which way you want. You just go into your settings and then you could back it down, or you can lift it up very easily, and then you go right back to home. So it's a very intuitive system, which is great. Another thing I want to show you is down below on the second screen, there's this little race car driver helmet. I'm all about that. We hit it and look what we got. It's called your, not yours as in mine, as in yours. My dynamic setup. You could get into your engine settings. You could get your timer, your G meter, and also check it out. You can actually show brake and throttle being used. There's throttle, there's brake. Really, really cool to have this type of feature in a performance. Remember, this is a performance luxury SUV. You could go into cameras. We got 360. You could go into all your different settings. Look at this. We could see those 22-inch wheels down there. I could do out back. Every which way from Sunday, you could show your camera quality. If you want to go with towing, the whole 9 yards. It's really, really easy to use and just a great interface to work with. Working your way down, this is your other screen area where you could do a ton of modifications to your driving experience. So you have all your different drive modes, very easy to do. You just hit the button, and that's going to allow the system to go into play. So now we're going to get ready for grass, gravel, and snow. But you know me, I'm going to keep it back in this dynamic setting because that is about the on-throttle experience. We have those really cool knobs that allow you to adjust your temperature, but also allow you to turn on your heated seat. The zonk is no ventilated seat. So heated seats, no ventilated seats in this vehicle. We could bring up the actual seats. You can make your adjustments all by using the system here. to go through those different settings, and then you could, of course, get in your climate control. Great graphics, very, very unique with this Range Rover. Now, working your way back, I'm gonna close this up because I'm gonna show you just how much gloss black there is. There is a ton of gloss black. So the good news is that they give you a Range Rover microfiber cloth towel. You could keep this nice and polished. This is gonna control your ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, nice perforated leather. It's got the Land Rover badge up front. You have your control knob for the different modes, but the great news is you could push it down and leave it in auto, and that will have it adjust on the fly. Open this up, what do we got? 2 cup holders, a toothpick holder to get the scones out of your teeth, all the scone crumbs, and then here is your special. You see that? SVO, Special Vehicle Operations. I'm all about the specialness on this key fob. You got the rest of the buttons on the back. Close this up. The armrest is not very soft. It's as hard as I would say probably an old British scone that's been sitting out in the sun for a week. But you open it up, what do we got? You got USBs, you got a 12 volt, but what's even better, check it out, you got a fridge. So you could easily put, I would say, 12 US grade Twinkies in here, keep them nice and cool. Everybody wants a cool Twinkie. And then the seats, right out of a race car, one-piece backs, SVR embroidery. Love all the perforated material, the Alcantara, full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. The bolstering is phenomenal in this seat. It holds me like as if I was a baseball and a catcher was catching me right over home plate at Wrigley Field. Love that feeling. And then you go big with a wonderful full-size panoramic sunroof in this vehicle to allow that vitamin D to shower down for all of your passengers, including you. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this special leather wrap steering wheel in our Range Rover. All right, guys, we're behind the wheel, the business end in this 2022 Range Rover Sport SVR Bespoke Edition. I want to show you a nice little special feature. You actually have these secret compartments that are fully felt lined. This is a perfect size for your lightsaber. So you can keep your lightsaber stored in there. It's not gonna get scratched, and then you can take it out whenever you're ready to use it. Also, you'll see that you get these special aluminum sill plates with the Bespoke SVO badging. This lights up LED at night. And then footbox is a pretty good setup. Aluminum brake, throttle. I just wish that they would give us an aluminum dead pedal, so I am gonna zonk that. And especially a dead pedal that goes all the way over to the left. What am I gonna do? Just keep my tippy toes on this piece of plastic? We don't wanna mess up that rug. It would have been nice to go all the way over to the side. You have all your adjustability for the 16-way adjustable seats. I'm 6 feet tall. Of course I have plenty of room in here. Feels phenomenal. Steering wheel, nice leather all the way around. You do have the SVR badging within the gloss black. I love not only the badge, but also the tasteful stitch work. Metal paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, electric tilting and telescoping wheel. And then of course we have that massive digital display with your speedometer, tachometer, and then you can switch through the different information in the center, which is great. Plus, you're able to see the different modes as you're going through them. We're gonna go dynamic and keep it in the lowest setting. Really, really great, nice clean graphics. And you have a head-up display to see all the important information. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna enjoy the on-throttle in this Range Rover. All right, guys, back seat time, and I'm telling you, what's wonderful is that there's plenty of room for your rear seat passengers, especially with that flat roof. And remember, we have that panoramic glass sunroof that's also gonna still give you plenty of space back here. Now, back to the seat. Oh, wait, my phone's ringing. Hello? Oh, hey, James. Oh, I did? Oh, oh, it does. Okay. Yes. No, not a problem. No, we're still filming right now, so I could get that all handled, and everybody, the crown will be safe, so to speak. All right, James. All right, talk to you later, man. See ya. So that was James Bond. He actually was watching the review live as we're doing it. I made a dumb mistake. Of course this Range Rover Sport SVR has ventilated seats, because you have ventilated seats for the front passengers and heated, and you have ventilated seats and heated seats for the rear passengers. But let's talk more about the seats. Those one-piece backs, love the style. I don't need a pocket back here because this is just something really sexy for your passenger to look at. And then we have a nice little command center. You have your rear AC controls just like up front, and let me show you the proof. Ventilated seats, and of course we have, you gotta push it again, the heated seats. Just like up front, also in the back. So thank you, James, shaken but not stirred, for correcting me. We also have connectivity. You got USB-Cs, a 12 volt, and you also have your home power source underneath there. So that's great as well. The one thing I wanna tell you not to do, this is not a Twinkie tray. Do not put your Twinkie here, because guess what? It's gonna get jammed. Watch this. I lifted us up. That's gonna squeeze down on your Twinkie. So do not put a Twinkie there, because if they open up that lid, cream all over the place. Seats are great. Do they recline some? I actually have it in the lower recline setting. You could actually lift it up a little bit, and you're gonna get a decent armrest. I wish it was just a little bit wider, but you got 2 cup holders and your Twinkie cargo net holder right here to keep your Twinkie safe. And then the back seats are just as sexy as the front seats. SVR embroidery with the beautiful perforated stitching, the Alcantara, the whole 9 yards. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the cargo area and see what we could haul in this Range Rover SVR. Right, guys, of course, when it comes to SUVs, you gotta look at space, and a lot of people use these as vehicles to go enjoy their track day, drive them on the track, put all the track goodies in the back, and then drive it home. But look what you have. Nice electric assist. You're gonna have a wide opening, tall opening. How much space are we talking about? Let me give you the actual hard numbers. So you're basically looking at 25 cubic feet of space with the seats up. Fold the seats down, it's gonna jump up to 62.2 cubic feet of space. I love the way it's got beautiful carpet everywhere. And then you'll notice on the passenger side, you have your buttons to raise and lower the back of the vehicle as you're loading, and you also have a 12 volt conveniently placed and an area for Twinkies. But on top of that, guess what? This being a high performance SUV, I'm very surprised, in a good way, to say that, look, you actually get a spare with this vehicle and still have all that great performance, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Lots of brands are getting rid of their spares to help cut weight, but you know what? If you're ready, I'm freaking ready. Let's take this nice shiny orange for some on-throttle juice spin. All right, guys, we left Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. We're in this phenomenal 2022 Range Rover Sport SVR Bespoke Edition, supercharged power. I have it in dynamic driving mode. Exhaust is open. Are you ready? Because I'm definitely ready. On throttle, here we go. Oh my God. You know, for a vehicle that's over 6,000 pounds to perform like it does, and so unique. So many brands are going twin turbocharged power. Other brands are leaving it naturally aspirated. It is insane to have this supercharged power. You're not waiting for anything. It's like instant torque. The all-wheel drive system keeps you planted, and the ZF 8-speed shifts with authority and very, very quickly. We have those massive calipers that are just ridiculous in their size, and being able to see that beautiful hood with the heat extractors, getting to the infotainment system is really easy. Visibility is great, and I'm telling you right now, if you want to live out your childhood James Bond dreams and you want to do it in an SUV, this is what you need to be in, because it is out of this world. But really, really great to be able to share it with you. You know, you might think all of the screens are complicated. Once you get the hang of it, it really works super well. But let's go on throttle, shall we? On throttle, here we go. Yeah! That sound! Wow. Brakes are freaking phenomenal. Good turn in. Of course, we have it in the lowest setting for the suspension, and it handles super, super well. Plus, you're getting all the fine leather, the seats, the way they hold you in, and the color. The color makes it just stand out from the rest of the crowd. It really, really does. On throttle, here we go. When it shifts and you're getting all that burble from the exhaust, not many SUVs sounding like that, that's for sure. And then you just want to drive, quote unquote, regular, you could just enjoy your experience. I got the ventilated seats on, yes. Thank you, James Bond, for calling us. We have ventilated seats for everybody in this vehicle. I got the ventilated seats on. Digital dash is so easy to read. There's some glare on the infotainment screens, but I think with some tinted windows, which I'm gonna say that probably 90% of the people that buy one of these are gonna get the windows tinted, it really is gonna cut down on that glare. But great reference point. I love the way you're sitting. You got the nice large metal paddles behind the steering wheel, and just everything else is just so well put together in here. It's super quiet except for the sound. Oh, here we go. Yeah! On the brakes. Turning it into this right-hand band. Look at this. Nice and flat on the handling. Really allows you to feel what the road is doing and what those front tires are doing. All right, guys, now what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna use the paddles to shift. You got a gear indicator inside the tachometer. To put it into manual shift mode, you just take the shifter, push it over to the left-hand side, the driver's side, and then you are ready to rock and roll. But on, here we go. Golly, the sound, the thrust is ridiculous. God, love the sound of this beast. Nice downshifts, watch. Nice downshifts, turn in. Here we go. God. This thing is something very special, and that's what makes it extra good. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what this SVR, the Sport SVR Bespoke Edition, is bringing to the table, especially for the money. We need to get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg, or I'm going to want to keep this thing. It's that special of a vehicle. But we're going to get back and wrap this one up. I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day once again here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. I definitely got to thank Miro, Jeff, and the whole crew getting us access to this new 2022 Range Rover Sport SVR Bespoke Edition. Let me know what you think. Is this the king of those performance luxury SUVs? Are you gonna go with one of the other brands? I don't know what the heck you're gonna do. You're gonna have to let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you wanna help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click that freaking link in the description. Get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Gotta give it up to the rock behind the lens. She's wearing her crown, and she's wearing it proud. Show Lori some love in that comment section. She is the videographer of the millennium. Thank you, Lori, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.